Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in Brooklyn, in Bushwick or something like that, to talk about some basics and to talk about how to ride a motorcycle, how to shift this thing, and all that. I probably need a new tire because this one is pretty bald. But beyond all that, look at this. Some chips. This is a working bike. Anywho, over here on the left side, we have your gear lever and your peg. So this is your gear lever. It goes down in neutral in the middle, and then you click it 5 times up to shift up. Over here, we got your foot brake. You push down on it, and it reverse brakes your rear wheel. This is your front brake. This is the one I used most, and you should use the most. This is like 70% of your stopping power. And this is a clutch. Whoa. I just literally released the clutch and almost dropped my motorcycle just now. The dangers of motor vlogs. That would have been terrible. Anywho, let's figure out how to ride this thing. First and foremost, I suggest when you do start riding, you kind of practice in a weird lot like this, where it's empty and nobody's around. First thing you do is put the motorcycle, unlock it, because usually it's like this and it's locked. That way you can't turn the wheels, the bars. If you put it on off right over here, you can straighten it out. And I suggest just sitting on it just to get the feel for it, just to see if you can reach all the controls. You can reach the handlebars, and this is like the kill switch. Then you got your horn. No, this is your starter. Yeah, that's for starting your little motorcycle. This is like your choke. You probably don't have a choke. Depends on what kind of motorcycle you have. This is a hole in my awesome gloves, and I need to fix that. So this is high beams, low beams. This is your turn signal, and you turn it on like this, and you cancel it by pushing it in. And this is your horn. Front brake, clutch. So once you figure out that you can reach the controls, you kind of put your foot on the peg. You kick up the kickstand, and you can kind of see like how you're going to shift. And then down here, you can see how you're going to brake. Down, down. But for now, you can just use your front brake because we're just going to practice taking off. If you're going to hold in the clutch right now, you can roll the motorcycle around. Because otherwise it's in first gear and you can't move it. And the reason why you leave it when you turn it off in first gear as opposed to neutral, so it doesn't roll away, or somebody can roll it away. In gear, unless they, shift the gear, it's not going to move on its own. So this is how it works. You should hold in the clutch, turn the motorcycle on. And while you're holding the clutch, you use your left foot and kind of like you see right now, and right here would be green if it was in neutral. You pull up on the lever halfway, because you can pull up too much and shift into second gear, push down too much first gear, but like you got to find it right there in the middle. And it takes practice, and every motorcycle it's a little different. So once it's in neutral, you can start it up. Make sure the engine kill switch is on, and you press the button. And she comes to life. And you're in neutral right now. As long as you keep your legs and feet away from everything, you're just gonna sit on the bike looking cool. Look, my bike is on. Next thing you do, very simple. You hold the clutch in, and this is where you can shift to first gear. Right now, if you shift to first gear, you can move the bike. So literally what you do is you push down on the first gear, like on the lever down. Now you're in first. You see the thing disappeared. Up a little bit, neutral, not going anywhere. Right now, if I shift down and I'm not holding the clutch, the bike will stall out and it will die. So we'll hold down in the clutch all the way and push down on the bike, on the first gear. So now you can literally, if you give it a little bit of gas, but if you're holding the clutch and you give it as much gas as you want, nothing will happen to it. But as soon as you release the clutch, you're gonna start moving. See? Nothing. If I release the clutch a little bit, while giving it, like, see, if I give it 2 RPMs and I release the clutch, the engine starts hooking with the transmission. And I hold in the clutch, nothing happens. See, if I give it like a little bit of gas and I hold in the clutch, like I rev it. See, I'm revving the stick and I'm holding the clutch, I'm not moving. But as soon as I let go of the clutch, the bike starts rolling forward. See it? So it's like a friction zone. You gotta feel it. So you just give it gas, you know, and be fairly planted on it, but not too much gas, you know. Give it like 2 RPMs and let go of the clutch, just slowly. And you can look, you're crawling, you're walking your bike. If you let go of the clutch, it accelerates faster. See? Terrible. And beyond that, you know, you're gonna learn how to experiment with the clutch. But basically, that's how it works. You slow down. You know, if you give a gas, look, you're gonna be cruising. You hold in the clutch, you're not cruising anymore. So it's kind of like, it's like you moving both your wrist to give it gas and letting go of the clutch at the same time. And first gear is usually pretty choppy on bikes, you know, so eventually you will outrun it. And every time you shift gears, I mean, eventually you'll learn other ways to shift, but you basically give it gas, hold in the clutch, shift up. You're in second gear, just hold on, it's down, see? And you're supposed to brake using your front and rear brakes at all times. So basically about the same combination, but your front brake is just so much stronger and so much more control. Your rear brake, you can skid. You heard it? I just did a little skid. Yeah, I just did a skid on my tire. Terrible. Anywho, so essentially this is it. You literally just do that basic move, and I'll show you more. Like, I mean, if you build up your RPMs, I usually shift up around, like, this bike gets really fun around like 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 RPM. So I shift up around 6,000 unless I'm trying to make extra noise. But it's really straightforward. You know, the friction zone is really there. Like, look, give it gas and start releasing the clutch slowly but surely. And then you will literally start moving. It's all good. And it's always nice to find a nice little dead area like this to try it on. Yep. I literally started skidding on this rock, so that's why that happened. Nice little line here. I kind of want to do a burnout, but it's probably not the best idea.